Carl Jung, one of the greatest explorers of the human mind, found in the Kybalion a source of ancient wisdom that deeply resonated with his analytical psychology. While studying the 7 Hermetic principles outlined in the text, he recognized that the principle of correspondence, the second of these laws, directly aligned with his theories on the connection between the psyche and the universe. For Jung, this law, as above, so below, as below, so above, was not merely a philosophical concept but a practical truth manifested in the archetypes of the collective unconscious, in the synchronicities that link internal and external events, and in how the psyche reflects the greater forces of the cosmos. In this video, we'll explore how Jung integrated the principle of correspondence into his studies and how you can apply it to understand how your inner world reflects the universe around you. Jung delved into this correspondence through the analysis of dreams and symbols, tools he regarded as portals for accessing the dynamic relationship between the microcosm of the mind and the macrocosm of the universe. He observed that dreams often presented images or patterns that, when interpreted, revealed connections to external events or larger life cycles. Additionally, he incorporated the principle of correspondence into his studies of alchemy, where he noted that the chemical processes described by alchemists were a precise metaphor for the internal transformations of the human psyche. The transformation of lead into gold, for Jung, symbolized the process of individuation, where an individual integrates different aspects of their psyche to achieve wholeness. This principle also guided Jung to view the universe as an interconnected system. He believed that the order and patterns observed in the stars, the cycles of nature, or even ancient rituals were not separate from human experience but expressions of the same universal system. For Jung, understanding this correspondence was essential to unlocking the mysteries of the mind while also finding our place in the cosmos. This understanding invites us to reflect: what in the external world is echoing the dynamics of our internal world? By learning to identify these correspondences, we not only deepen our connection with ourselves but also align with the forces that shape the universe. Within the study of the principle of correspondence, Jung found living proof of this connection between the microcosm of the human psyche and the macrocosm of the universe in archetypes. Archetypes are universal images and patterns that reside in the collective unconscious, a deep layer of the psyche that transcends the individual and is shared by all of humanity. These archetypes are not merely cultural or historical constructs. They emerge as expressions of fundamental forces that govern both the human mind and the cycles of the universe. The mother archetype, for example, symbolizes not only the care and nurturing experienced in the maternal relationship but also reflects the universal energy of creation, the earth that nourishes all forms of life and the natural cycles that sustain the cosmos. Jung believed that archetypes manifest in dreams, myths, and symbols, offering clues about the interaction between the inner and outer worlds. A dream involving the hero archetype, for instance, might arise during times of personal challenge, signaling the need for overcoming obstacles and fostering growth. This same pattern is observed in myths and stories worldwide, where the hero faces trials that mirror humanity's universal struggles. Moreover, archetypes illustrate the principle of correspondence by revealing how the dynamics of the universe are reflected within us. Just as nature's cycles include birth, growth, death, and renewal, our psyche undergoes similar processes of transformation and evolution. Recognizing these archetypes helps us understand our experiences and find meaning in the events that shape our lives. Through his study of archetypes, Jung demonstrated how the human psyche is interconnected with universal forces, reinforcing the idea that what occurs within us reflects the energies that govern the cosmos. Thus, exploring our archetypes becomes a way to understand not only ourselves but also our place within the vast web of the universe. Jung took the principle of correspondence to a new level by introducing the concept of synchronicity, events that, while seemingly unconnected by causality, are deeply linked by meaning. For Jung, synchronicity was a practical, experiential manifestation of this Hermetic principle, where the microcosm of the psyche and the macrocosm of the universe align in harmony. These moments, often described as meaningful coincidences, illustrate how the internal world of the mind and the external universe are in constant dialogue. Imagine facing a pivotal decision in your life and, at that very moment, encountering a message in a book, hearing a song, or receiving an unexpected sign that provides clarity. Jung viewed such phenomena as symbolic expressions of the collective unconscious, bridging internal intentions with external patterns in a way that defies logic but is profoundly transformative. Synchronicity is not merely a mystery to ponder but a tool for exploring the connection between mind and matter. These events often occur during periods of transition or crisis, as if the universe responds to the emotional or spiritual needs of the individual. A classic example might involve dreaming of someone and then unexpectedly encountering that person the following day, an experience that transcends coincidence and hints at an underlying order. This phenomenon also reinforces the idea that the universe operates as a unified field where everything is interconnected. Synchronicity invites us to pay attention to the symbolic messages that appear in our lives, recognizing that what we perceive as random may actually be manifestations of a greater pattern. These events not only help us find meaning in our experiences but also connect us to something greater than ourselves. For Jung, the concept of anima mundi, or soul of the world, was one of the most poetic and profound expressions of the principle of correspondence. This concept, present in various spiritual and philosophical traditions, describes the universe as a living organism, infused with a vital force that connects all elements of existence, from the human psyche to the stars. The anima mundi can be seen as an extension of the collective unconscious, a dimension that not only unites humanity but also links individuals to nature and the cosmos. Just as the collective unconscious contains symbols and archetypes shared by all humans, the anima mundi reflects a universal connection that transcends physical and spiritual boundaries. This universal soul is a direct manifestation of the principle of correspondence. What exists in the universe also exists within us. A clear example of this idea can be seen in the relationship between the cycles of nature and human emotional state. The blooming of spring, for instance, often evokes feelings of renewal and hope, while winter might inspire introspection and closure. This correspondence between external rhythms and internal states reveals how the anima mundi acts as an invisible link between the physical world and the states of the psyche. Moreover, Jung believed that disconnection from the anima mundi was one of the causes of modern suffering. The isolation of humans from nature and the greater whole creates a void, a sense of alienation. Reconnecting with this universal soul, through contemplation of nature, introspection, or art, is an essential step toward restoring both internal and external balance. The anima mundi also manifests in myths and stories across cultures, often personified in figures such as Gaia, the Greek goddess of the earth, or in indigenous beliefs that view nature as a living being. These myths are symbolic expressions of the universal connection the anima mundi represents, reinforcing the idea that the human psyche and the universe are not separate entities but parts of a single organism. Symbols are the key to unlocking the profound connection between the inner world and the universe. They represent a primordial language of the unconscious, carrying meanings that often elude rational logic. More than mere representations, symbols emerge as tangible manifestations of the principle of correspondence, reflecting universal patterns in the microcosm of the human mind. A central example in Jung's work is the mandala, a circular figure found in various spiritual traditions. representing wholeness and cosmic order, the mandala also mirrors the internal structure of the psyche, serving as a map for the integration of the self. By creating or contemplating a mandala, individuals organize their inner world in harmony with universal rhythms, demonstrating how the microcosm of the mind reflects the macrocosm of the universe. Another recurring symbol is the serpent, which in many cultures symbolizes renewal and transformation. In Jungian psychology, it represents the natural cycles of death and rebirth, reflecting psychological processes of change and evolution. Dreaming of a serpent, for example, may indicate a moment of internal transition, aligned with the greater patterns that govern nature and the cosmos. These symbols also appear in rituals, myths, and artistic expressions, functioning as bridges that connect the conscious and unconscious, the individual and the universal. For instance, the symbol of the tree of life is a recurring motif in global mythologies, representing growth, connection, and transcendence. This image reflects both personal development and the interconnection of all beings within the greater cosmic system. Symbols, therefore, not only reveal the internal patterns of the psyche, but also demonstrate how these patterns align with universal forces. They are practical tools for self-knowledge and for reconnecting with the greater whole. By recognizing and working with the symbols that emerge in dreams, meditations, or creative expressions, we access deeper wisdom that helps us navigate both our personal journeys and the mysteries of the cosmos. Symbols serve as mediators between the microcosm and the macrocosm, revealing that the human psyche is, in essence, a reflection of universal dynamic. Studying and engaging with these symbols enriches our understanding of ourselves while connecting us to the vast web of meaning that underlies all existence. Carl Jung described the journey of individuation as the essential path for an individual to truly become themselves, integrating the various aspects of the psyche into a harmonious whole. This journey, beyond the pursuit of self-knowledge, is a practical expression of the principle of correspondence, where the microcosm of the human mind aligns with the macrocosm of the universe. Individuation begins with the encounter with the unconscious, a profound dimension that holds not only repressed personal memories but also archetypes and universal patterns that shape our psyche. During this process, we confront internal figures such as the shadow, representing the rejected or unknown aspects of ourselves. Recognizing and integrating the shadow is not easy but is crucial for achieving wholeness, as it contains not only fears but also untapped creative potential. Another pivotal step is working with the archetypes of the anima and animus, which symbolize the feminine and masculine energies present within each of us. Integrating these opposing forces is essential for achieving internal balance, allowing us to live more fully and in alignment. This integration reflects the principle of correspondence by demonstrating how harmony between internal polarities echoes harmony in the external world. At the heart of the journey of individuation lies the self, which Jung described as the archetype of wholeness and the organizing core of the psyche. The self represents the individual's connection to the greater whole, symbolizing the alignment between the internal world and the universe. As we approach the self, we shed the illusions of the ego and begin to live in tune with our true essence and the universal forces that guide us. The journey of individuation is marked by crises, challenges, and moments of transformation, often signaled by synchronicities that reflect internal changes in the external world. These events reinforce the idea that our psychological evolution is deeply connected to cosmic patterns, once again demonstrating the interrelationship between the microcosm and the macrocosm. In the end, individuation does not seek perfection but rather wholeness, a state where we embrace both our light and shadow, recognize our connection to the universe, and live more authentically. This process teaches us that by transforming our inner world, we also contribute to a more harmonious external world, reflecting the true essence of the principle of correspondence. Carl Jung believed that achieving harmony between the inner world and the external universe was essential for emotional and spiritual well-being. This idea embodies the essence of the principle of correspondence, illustrating how the microcosm of our thoughts, emotions, and intentions influences the macrocosm of our experiences and relationship. For Jung, true fulfillment arises when we recognize this connection and live in alignment with it. When we are internally out of balance, dominated by emotional conflicts, fears, or negative thought patterns, these tensions often manifest in the external world. Relationship conflicts, workplace challenges, and even health issues can reflect internal imbalances. Conversely, cultivating peace, balance, and clarity within transforms the way we interact with the world, creating a virtuous cycle of internal and external harmony. Jung viewed this harmony as a dynamic process achieved through individuation. By integrating the unconscious aspects of our psyche, such as the shadow and the archetypes that inhabit our collective unconscious, we become more whole. This internal alignment not only connects us to the self, the center of the psyche, but also to the universal forces that shape the cosmos. Practices like meditation, nature contemplation, and symbol analysis are powerful tools for establishing this harmony. For instance, meditation calms the mind while creating space for deep insights to emerge, revealing connections between our inner world and universal patterns. Spending time in nature, observing its cycles and rhythms, reminds us that we are part of something greater and helps us align our lives with the natural flows of the universe. Jung also emphasized the importance of paying attention to symbols and synchronicities in our daily life. These phenomena are direct expressions of the interconnection between the inner and outer worlds, offering valuable clues about our inner state and the steps needed to align ourselves with the greater whole. Harmony between the self and the cosmos is not just a philosophical idea but a tangible experience. It is a state where we feel at peace with ourselves and the world, understanding that our thoughts, emotions, and actions have a real impact on the fabric of reality. By cultivating this harmony, we contribute not only to our well-being but also to the creation of a more balanced and conscious world. This alignment is the living manifestation of the principle of correspondence, a reminder that we are part of a vast and interconnected cosmic web. Carl Jung not only theorized about the connection between the microcosm of the human mind and the macrocosm of the universe, but also suggested concrete practices to integrate the principle of correspondence into our daily life. These practices help bring balance, self-awareness, and alignment with universal patterns, allowing us to live more consciously and connected. One of the tools Jung recommended was dream analysis. Dreams, he believed, are windows into the unconscious, filled with symbols that reflect both our internal conflicts and the cosmic patterns that shape our existence. Keeping a dream journal is an effective way to identify recurring themes and understand how the unconscious communicates with the conscious mind. For example, dreaming of a journey may symbolize a significant life transition, while dreams involving water often indicate a deep emotional connection that requires attention. Meditation and introspection also play a crucial role. Jung saw meditation not merely as an exercise in relaxation but as a practice for establishing a dialogue between the conscious and unconscious mind. By silencing the mind and creating space for reflection, we pave the way for profound insights that reveal our connection to the cycles and rhythms of the universe. This state of presence helps us recognize the interplay between our internal choices and external events. Another transformative practice is the contemplation of symbols. Universal elements such as mandalas, trees of life, or other symbolic patterns can be used as meditation tools to organize and harmonize the psyche. Drawing or observing a mandala, for instance, can help bring order to internal chaos, aligning us with the cosmic patterns of wholeness and balance. Connection with nature is equally essential. Jung believed that observing natural rhythms, like the sunrise and sunset or the changing seasons, reconnects us to the essence of the universe. Spending time outdoors, contemplating the beauty and cycles of nature, not only calms the mind but also reminds us that we are part of a greater ecosystem. This reconnection with nature is a practical expression of the anima mundi, the soul of the world, which permeates and unites all things. Recording synchronicities is another recommended practice. These seemingly coincidental but deeply meaningful events reveal the connection between the inner world and the external universe. Keeping a synchronicity journal can help identify subtle patterns that offer valuable guidance and deepen our understanding of how the universe responds to our internal state. Jung also emphasized the power of art as an expression of the unconscious. Creating art, whether through drawing, music, or writing, is a way to give form to the deeper contents of the psyche. This process not only promotes self-awareness but also strengthens our connection to the larger patterns that organize reality. By integrating these practices into our daily lives, we transform the principle of correspondence from a philosophical idea into a living experience. They teach us to live with greater intentionality, aligning our thoughts and actions with the rhythms of the universe. This alignment not only fosters internal harmony but also creates a positive impact on the world around us, demonstrating that the microcosm and macrocosm are indeed deeply intertwined. As we delve into Carl Jung's ideas and the principle of correspondence, we come to see that the relationship between the inner world and the external universe is more than just a metaphor. It is a call to live more consciously, recognizing that every thought, emotion, and action contributes to the greater fabric of reality. Jung did not view the individual as an isolated entity but as part of a vast cosmic network, where the microcosm of the human mind reflects and is reflected by the macrocosm of the universe. This perspective teaches us that by tending to our inner world, whether through integrating the shadow, recognizing archetypes, or paying attention to synchronicities, we can create tangible changes in our external lives. The principle of correspondence reminds us that we are not victims of chance but active participants in an intrinsically connected universe. Every choice we make and every emotion we cultivate has the power to shape the reality around us. Practicing these ideas requires an openness to see beyond the visible and a willingness to engage in dialogue with the unconscious. Whether through dream analysis, symbol contemplation, or connecting with nature, these tools not only promote self-awareness but also help us live in alignment with the rhythms of the cosmos. This alignment brings a sense of purpose and meaning, enabling us to face life's challenges with greater resilience and clarity. Carl Jung left us a legacy that not only expands our understanding of the human mind but also connects us to the larger universe we are part of. The principle of correspondence, as described in the Kybalion, echoes through each of his teachings, showing that the inner and outer worlds are in constant dialogue. By integrating these ideas into our lives, we achieve not only greater personal harmony but also contribute to a more conscious and connected world. If you want to delve deeper into understanding yourself and unlocking your hidden potential, I invite you to explore my ebook, Alchemy and Archetypes, Exploring Inner Transformation Through Jungian Psychology. Inside, you'll find practical exercises that unveil the secrets of Jung's psychology and show you how to integrate them into your life. Check the comments for more book recommendations that I've shared with you. If this content gave you new insights into how the universe reflects who we are, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Let's keep exploring these profound ideas together, transforming the way we see ourselves and the world around us. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you in the next video.